Hey guys, and here we are back with another one, and today I'm going to share with you my review of the latest machine from Wetek, which is the Wetek Hub. Now the Wetek Hub, it's this little device right over here, and the only spoiler alert for this particular video will be exactly the size. Now the first machine that I reviewed from Wetek was the Wetek Play, and as you can see there is a huge difference. Now, I would like to mention also something else which I didn't mention on the review, which is usually we see some small devices such as this one, but usually the plastic is weak. This is not the case of the Wetek Hub, as it has a really tough plastic. It feels solid, it feels heavy, and it feels premium. So this is a really nice little device, especially in terms of size. Now in terms of specs and in terms of the performance, you will be the judge of it as always. And talking about that, let's go straight for the video. Hope that you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you in a few seconds. And here we are with the Wetek Hub that features the Amlogic S905 SoC, 1GB of DDR3 RAM and 8GB of flash storage with Android Lollipop 5.1.1. And regarding our quick unboxing experience, inside the package we will find the Wetek Hub on the top, a quick user guide with a reset thimble, one external antenna with an SMA connection, HDMI cable, a power adapter with sockets for the 4 most common regions, one infrared extension cable, a serial cable, and an infrared remote control. Now in terms of size, this is officially the smallest and compact box that I've used so far, that only has 7 by 7 centimeters. And when looking at it close to the power adapter or even next to the Wetek Core and the Wetek Play, we can see a huge difference in size. But in terms of build quality, this is the best machine I've seen from Wetek so far. Now the plastic is really solid, and although it's small, it feels really heavy and premium. And taking a closer look at it, at the front we will see a dim blue light when the device is on. On the left hand side, one USB 2.0 port, one infrared port, serial port, micro SD card slot, and the external antenna. At the back, a power input jack, gigabit Ethernet connection, and a HDMI output. At the top, the Wetek logo, and at the bottom, 4 rubber feet along with some ventilation holes. And as usual with all Wetek machines, once we turn it on, we will find that nice wizard that will take us through the configuration process, and once we finish, this is the Wetek default launcher that looks really clean and nice, but as always we can use any other launcher at our choice. And also, with no surprises, online updates are here to help keep this device or unit updated without any headaches. Now, unlike the Wetek Core that comes with a really nice wireless remote, the Hub has an infrared remote control. So, as usual, my suggestion goes towards a wireless one, and I will leave a link on screen with my comparison video so that I don't waste your time here. And moving to our usual benchmarks, I could get 40 megabits per second on download and 20 on upload through Wi-Fi, and on the Ethernet connection it achieved 100 megabits on download and 20 on upload, which is the maximum of my network. Disk speed test revealed 73 megabytes on reads and 10 megabytes on writes. Geekbench 3 with 585 on single core score and 1744 on multi-core score. Antutu with roughly 28,000. 3D Mark score iStorm Extreme with 4,233, and unfortunately it was not able to run Epic Citadel, which tells me that probably it won't be able to run heavy games, especially because it only has 1 GB of RAM. And moving to the video playback experience, and starting with YouTube, which as we can see on screen, it comes with a YouTube TV app version and works great, letting us play videos up to 1080 resolution. And in terms of Netflix, as we have seen on the past with the Wetek Core, with the Hub, we are also capable of playing movies up to HD resolution, making this machine a great machine for someone looking for a Netflix device. And in terms of code, it comes with the latest latest version available at the moment of the recording, of course, which is version 17. And this time I started my tests with the 10-bit samples up to 4K resolution with H.265 codecs, and as we can see on screen, it plays everything really smoothly, especially these samples Iceland and Dive into the New World. And usually any machine that plays 10-bit 4K movies also plays 1080 MKV Blu-rays, which did, and also the usual samples Big Buck Bunny, Tears of Steel and Sintel up to 4K 8-bit with H.264 and H.265 codecs. So in terms of video streaming, this is a solid machine. Now, in terms of gaming with only 1GB of RAM, this is not the best machine for that purpose. Of course, we will be able to play some non-demanding titles like Respawnables, but that will be it. If we try to play heavy games like Asphalt 8 Airborne, the Hub won't play. On the other hand, I'm really happy to say that this is the first Wetek machine that I could successfully use game stream, which for those that follow the channel, we have covered this on the past, but basically it's the possibility to play our PC games on our living room TV through an Android TV box, and the Wetek Hub gave me a great experience, as we can see on screen, playing gas guzzlers at 1080 with 60 frames per second over the network. And finally, with no surprises in terms of mirroring and streaming, the Hub was capable of mirroring, besides my iPhone, also the iMac that contains all our photo library, and played perfectly the usual live slideshows, magazine-style sliding panels and vintage prints with no issues at all. And before we move on to the conclusion, the Hub is a solid choice in terms of video playback, but I would have loved to see 2GB of RAM so that we could play all the Android platform games. Nonetheless, for those looking for a great multimedia box capable of some light gaming along with game stream, the Hub is a solid choice. So in conclusion, guys, things that I did like the most were the design, build quality and size of the Wetek Hub being the smallest box I've ever used, at least so far, the online updates, capable of playing Netflix up to HD resolution, a smooth video playback in all formats that I've tested, and finally capable of game streaming at 1080 with 60 frames per second. On the other hand, things that I did like the least, there were none so far, as you guys could see on the video, except that I would have loved to see 2GB of RAM on this machine, but this is a multimedia targeted device, so I can't bash on it. And that is it. We have reached the end of another review, this time the Wetek Hub Android TV box. Hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did so, don't forget that usual thumbs up. My name is Roberto, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.